Dear students, friendship is the golden thread that connects us all. Nothing can be compared to the beautiful and true friendship of childhood days. Friendships enrich our lives in numerous ways. Friends can improve our self confidence, reduce our stress, boost our spirits, help us to cope with traumas, and can even influence us to change or avoid unhealthy lifestyle habits. It also helps significantly to the development of social skills such as being sensitive to another person's viewpoints, respect another person, and most of all, to understand and to be understood by another individual. Sports can be a common thread between friends, and it has the power to bring out a variety of people together. Spending countless hours together in practice, sweating together, fighting with each other, competing for positions, all build a lasting bond between friends. Imagine a situation in which two intimate friends have to fight with each other in a competition to achieve their most cherished dream. Naturally, there will be a lot of friction. Now, the question is, can they display the true sportsman spirit? Do they have to give up their friendship for the sake of competition? Or is there any chance of continuing that friendship unhindered? Here is a short story, Amigo Brothers, written by Piri Thomas about two friends who felt like brothers. Amigo Brothers is a story of two teenagers, Felix and Antonio, skilled and passionate or intensely enthusiastic boxers. Amigo is a Spanish word which means a close friend or bosom buddy. The story is set in the poor neighborhood of Lower East Side of Manhattan in New York City. The story portrays how the friendship evolved between Antonio and Felix and takes us to the moments of conflicts when they have to meet each other in their passionate sport, boxing. The author Piri Thomas strongly believes that youngsters, especially teenagers, should have some passions or dreams in their lives. It will help them to lead a disciplined, focused, and positive attitude towards life. It is also a way to escape the negative influences that trouble young men. Let's know more about the author. Piri Thomas, born in 1928, was a Puerto Rican Cuban writer. He experienced racial discrimination during his childhood days. Thomas fell into gangs and drugs, shot a police officer during a robbery, and ended up in prison for 6 years. From there, he emerged as a writer whose journey of self discovery brought him enduring recognition. He realized that no person is a born criminal. He used his street and prison experiences to teach the youth prone to risk to help them to avoid a life of crime. He always spoke about tapping the creative spirit of youth to overcome violence and alienation. So, here is the story Amigo Brothers. Antonio Cruz and Felix Vargas were both 17 years old. They were so together in friendship that they felt themselves to be brothers. They had known each other since childhood, growing up on the Lower East Side of Manhattan in the same building. Antonio was fair, lean, and lanky, while Felix was dark, short, and husky. Antonio's hair was always falling over his eyes, while Felix wore his black hair in a natural afro style. The story opens by introducing us the two central characters, Antonio Cruz and Felix Vargas. They were both 17 years old and had been best friends for so long that they felt themselves to be brothers. They lived in the same apartment house in the Lower East Side of Manhattan. The two teenagers looked completely different in their external appearance. Antonio, as described, is fair, lean, and lanky, that is, light skinned, tall, and slim, whereas Felix was dark, short, and husky or muscular. Even the hairstyles of the boys were different. Antonio had smooth, straight hair, while Felix had black afro hairstyle. Each youngster had a dream of someday becoming a lightweight champion of the world. Every chance they had, the boys worked out, sometimes at the boys' club and sometimes at the gym. Early morning sunrises would find them running along the East River Drive, wrapped in sweatshirts and short towels around their necks. While some youngsters were into street negatives, Antonio and Felix slept, ate, rapped, and dreamt positive. Between them, they had a collection of fight magazines plus a scrapbook filled with torn tickets to every boxing match they had ever attended and some clippings of their own. Many boys from that area have dreamed of building a better life by winning the New York Golden Gloves, a boxing tournament which started in 1927. This tournament marks an amateur's entry into the big world of professional boxing. Both Antonio and Felix were amateur boxers and they dreamed of becoming world champions in the lightweight category, a category of boxers weighing between 57 and 61 kilograms. Children, hope you remember the inspiring words of Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam. Dreams are not what you see in sleep. They are the things that do not let you sleep. Amigo brothers dreamt passionately and they worked hard to achieve their dreams. They are presented here as true role models for youngsters and remind us that there is no shortcut to success. Their regular workouts at the gym and boys' club, jogging along the East River Drive, all made them positive and hopeful, unlike the other teenagers who roamed about the streets aimlessly. Their collection of fight magazines and scrapbook filled with torn tickets all testify their devotion to their passionate dream. Now, after a series of elimination bouts, they had been informed that they were to meet each other in the division finals that were scheduled for the 7th of August, 2 weeks away. The winner to represent the boys' club in the Golden Gloves Championship tournament. The two boys continued to run together along the East River Drive. But even when joking with each other, they both sensed a wall rising between them. One day, Antonio and Felix come to know that they are set to fight each other in an elimination bout. Bout here means a boxing competition in which the loser will be eliminated after one defeat. At first, the boys pretend that their upcoming fight does not change anything. However, they sensed a sort of separation, an unseen wall rising between them. The conflict starts here. One morning, less than a week before their bout, they met as usual for their daily workout. Antonio glanced at Felix, who kept his eyes purposely straight ahead, pausing from time to time to do some fancy leg work while throwing one twos followed by uppercuts to an imaginary Joe. After a mile or so, Felix puffed and said, "Let's stop a while, bro. I think we both got something to say to each other. Man, I don't know how to come out with it." Antonio helped. "It's about our fight, right?" "Yeah, right." Felix's eyes squinted at the rising orange sun. "I have been thinking about it too. In fact, since we found out it was going to be me and you, I have been awake at night, pulling punches on you, trying not to hurt you." It's very clear that the boys were very much disturbed at heart regarding the crucial final, and they decide to discuss it openly. Felix admits that he had been awake at night pulling punches on Antonio. Here, pulling punches means to hit less hard than one can in order not to hurt the other one. But in boxing, one can dream of a win only by hitting the opponent with hard punches. Same here. It isn't natural not to think about the fight. I mean, we both are fighters and we both want to win. But only one of us can win. There are no draws in the eliminations. Felix tapped Antonio gently on the shoulder. "I don't mean to sound like I'm bragging, bro, but I want to win. Fair and square." Antonio nodded quietly. "Yeah, we both know that in the ring, the better man wins. It's fair, Tony. When we get into the ring, it's got to be like we never met. We got to be like two heavy strangers that want the same thing, and only one can have it. You understand?" "I know." Tony smiled. No pulling punches. We go all the way. The amigos know very well that in the ring, the better man wins and there can be only one winner. They hope that they will play a fair game and will consider each other as a stranger and will show their best in the final bout. Antonio reminds his buddy that there will not be any pulling punches. Yeah, that's right. Listen, Tony, don't you think it's a good idea if we don't see each other until the day of the fight? I'm going to stay with my Aunt Lucy in the Bronx. Tony scratched his nose pensively. Yeah, it would be better for our heads. He held out his hand, palm upward. Deal? Deal. Felix slightly slapped open skin. Ready for some more running? Tony asked lamely. No, bro. Let's cut it here. You go on. I like to get things together in my head. You aren't worried, are you? Tony asked. No way, man. Felix laughed out loud. I just think it's cooler if we split right here. After the fight, we can get it together again like nothing ever happened. The Amigo brothers were not ashamed to hug each other tightly. Felix decides to stay with his Aunt Lucy in the Bronx for the remaining 1 week. Both the friends agree that it would be cooler if they split right there. But they promise that the final results will not affect their friendship. Both the friends embrace each other before they part. Children, will the Amigo brothers be able to showcase their talents in the ring? Who will be the winner? What will happen to their friendship? We will discuss all these in the second part. But before winding up, I would like you to watch a short video regarding the rules of professional boxing, which will help you to enjoy the final bout.
Rules of boxing. The object of the game is to win a contest by either knockout or points. Boxing, sometimes known as Western boxing or English boxing, is a combat sport that is contested between two fighters and is contested in an area known as the ring. The ring measures a maximum of 20 feet by 20 feet, with ropes surrounding the perimeter of the ring. Each fighter wears padded gloves, shorts, gum shield, and boots for a fight. In boxing, you can only hit your opponent with your fists, and only above the waist. Doing anything else results in a foul and could result in disqualification. A boxer has several punches that he can use in a fight. Some of these include jabs, hooks, uppercuts, and crosses. The idea is to hit your opponent whilst avoiding being hit yourself. If you manage to knock your opponent to the ground, the opponent must stand back up within 10 seconds and be able to show that he can defend himself. If your opponent cannot do this, you will win the fight automatically. This is known as a knockout. If neither fighter can knock each other out, a panel of judges will score each fighter based upon how well they fought and who was the superior boxer. The fight is contested in up to 12 rounds of 3 minutes each, with a 1-minute break in between each round. Judges score every round, and the boxer with the superior number of points at the end of 12 rounds wins. That's pretty much it, but there's a few other things that you'll need to know before fighting or watching boxing.